Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Thank y'all, everybody, for staying with us as we progress through this late hour, as we get through the duration of the show. We get to our rants and we get to our closings. And as we do every single week, we start with our special guests. And I got our sister, the Dating Pool Diva, to jump in here and tell us whatever it is you got. It's time for you to rant. It's time for you to close. What you got, sis?
Well, I'll leave with you guys my book information since we did, a feature on my books. I'll go ahead and link you to my Facebook, Author Charisma, KHARISMA. You can check out, all 6 of my books. You can also go to my website, Free Spirit Enterprises, co.biz, and get more information on how to order or get, some descriptions of the books there. Also, I have a project going based on my first 2 books called the Bittersweet web series. And if you want to support or have any more information about that, you can go to Bittersweet Chronicles on Facebook and get that information there. As for the Ferguson verdict, the Michael Brown case, I'm just very disappointed. I'm very sad. Feel kind of hopeless. Like, what are we going to do in our communities to stop this from being a repeat and happening over and over again? And, I don't know. I don't know what needs to be done, but something needs to be done to stop it from repeating the cycle. And thank you for having me.
You got it. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. It's time for Big Bro Joe. Big Bro Joe, what you got, man?
Marcus, I am shocked. I'm hurt. This is a bad movie. This is How to Get Away with Murder in modern day. It's appalling. And only thing I can say is, you know what? I'm gonna take it back off of how I feel, but I need the people in Ferguson and everybody else, whoever you pray to and whatever deity makes you feel comfortable and does what he needs to do. We need to make sure that we're doing that. We need to wrap ourselves around the folks out there in Ferguson, in Missouri, and all over, because there's a lot of people hurting all over the place. You just gotta, just put it together and hold it tight.
Ain't no half stepping, Marcus J. Broderick, the professional husband, my brother.
Yes, sir.
I feel bad that we had such a great night and a great show. We all kind of came in knowing that this was going to be coming down tonight. And I feel a little bit bad because on the first time we actually have you here, we ended on a little bit of a somber note. But I'm not going to let that steal the shine of you having an opportunity to close out with your final words. So thank you, first of all, for being here. It's been a pleasure. And I want to make sure that this is, in fact, not the last time I see your face across this table. I want to see you here again soon. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's good. I sit here and I think about some of the conversations that you and I have had. And we were actually earlier just talking about an exchange we had not too long ago. And in that exchange, we were talking about where is the leadership for our black community. And it's crazy when, we'll get in an uproar when a white person speaks out against things that go on in our own community. Even though we know it's true, we don't like for it to be said. But on the flip side of that, we don't have those people or a person standing up with an intellectual voice, with a voice of reason, to be able to bring the issues of the black American to the forefront and cause change. You know what I mean? And that's real. It's one thing just to be a figurehead, if you will, and every time there's something going on, I want to be on the television saying I was there. But there's a totally different aspect of it when you can cause change in the people for which you're supposed to be leading. So I would hope that from this, maybe you and I will have some more conversations and begin to put something together that we can begin to start to make a change ourselves, because clearly change is needed. That this just simply cannot stay the same. So with that being said, I'm going to leave it like that. I agree with Joe. Keep the people that are most closely affected by this in prayer. It's probably the best thing you can do right now without being able to physically offer some support. With that being said, I've had a great time here hanging out with you tonight. And I will definitely come back. We'll chill out some more. So other than that, I appreciate it, man.
We appreciate having you here. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. It's time for my sister, the co-host of Ain't No Half Stepping, Marcus J. S.Y. Butler, the grown woman. What you got?
Well, we didn't get to fight tonight. We'll save it.
Yes.
We'll definitely
We kind of
save
did,
it.
though, just not on the air. You fussed at me.
Yeah, well, because, you don't mind your manners, but that's another story. Anyway, baby photos. But, all in all, we have a great show. And, it's great to see faces up in here when I walk in here. And yes, Broderick, please get back soon. Hang out. I think we figure out when you're coming. I'll have one of my little fun games ready to roll so we can laugh our tails up out of here.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds like I need to come in.
Yes, it does.
And see exactly
I know what
that
it means,
is.
and you definitely, yes, absolutely.
But it's still a great day, guys. We're still here, so there's always room for change. We just gotta work at it. We have to work at it. Make sure you all are not only listening to me on Mondays, but make sure you're listening to me on Saturdays. Conversations from your sisters, myself, and Lissa P from 3 to 4 p.m. Still a lot of great laughter, a lot of great fun. Great to see you again, Diva. Big Joe. Great to see you. And my brother, I missed you last week, but we are back and it's all good. So I will chat with you guys soon.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Thank y'all, everybody, for listening to us tonight. I want to get through my thank yous. First of all, I want to thank the Dating Pool Diva for being here every single fourth Monday of the month, bringing us the Diva Diaries. I appreciate that. Thank you to Big Bro Joe for being here and being part of the crew. Of course, Broderick, I thanked you before, but I can't thank you enough. Thank you for being here. My co-host SY for being here. We had some listeners. Thank you to Toyana, K-Dub, Hakeem, Michelle K, and my brother Said. What up, bruh? Everybody who was listening and didn't check in, we appreciate you guys, because you guys listen is why we continue doing this. A quick rundown of the shows. Ain't no half step with Marcus J, the show you're listening to 7 o'clock every Monday night, and live in radio on Tuesdays. With Mr. LP, Mr. Sincere and the crew. Wednesdays, the Green Room version 2.0 with Jay Grizzly and Lissa P. 7 o'clock, All Throttle Radio on Thursdays at 7 o'clock. Debuting on December the 5th, Friday night at 8 p.m. We've got the pregame, and they're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff leading you into the weekend. And, of course, on Saturdays, we play music most of the day. But at 3 p.m., you heard her say it, Conversations from Your Sisters with SY and Lissa P, 3 until they finish on Saturday afternoon. And then we've got more music until Deep House Sessions with DJ Renee Melendez airs at 7 o'clock. And the Bob Marley and the Family Reggae Mix every single Saturday night from 9 o'clock until usually all night long. Got a new website that we're going to be debuting next week. So when you pull up our show next Monday night and you look at the Legacy Internet Radio website, you'll see that it looks different than what it looks now. So we look forward to unveiling that on next Sunday. A week from yesterday, we will unveil the brand new website. So check it out, take a look at it, share it and like it, and make sure you let other folks know that you are checking us out here at Legacy Internet Radio. So I think I have sufficiently gotten all of the thank yous and everything out of the way. And so I'm going to be brief because I'm feeling a little bit emotional about what we saw go on in Ferguson, Missouri, and I think I'd be wise to not say too much while I'm in an emotional state. But what I will say is this, you know, we talk about things like open season, and we talk about things like, you know, black on black crime and all of that kind of stuff. You know, when you see a large number of police officers in involved shootings with black males, it really, really begs the question, why is there not more outrage? You know, we get upset in our community, but you would think that police involved shootings would outrage everybody. And the fact that it doesn't, I think, is part of the problem. I think there is a very strong media crush to portray black men as a big, scary beast. And that's part of the reason why you have jittery police officers in stairwells in the projects shooting off their weapons and killing unarmed men. And it's also the reason why a police officer in a small town that none of us ever heard of until August 9, 2014 could shoot from across the street into the body of a black male and walk and go home. What I hope is that the folks in Ferguson and St. Louis, you know, remember that it's their neighborhoods that they're in. I hope that they remember what happened in Los Angeles in April of 1992. There are a lot of us that are old enough to actually remember that. You know, one of us mentioned Watson here during the break, and none of us are old enough to remember that. But we're definitely old enough to remember what happens to your neighborhoods when you get so riled up that you burn it down. It takes years and years and years and years for you to get it back. And the dumbest thing that you can do to protest somebody outside of your house doing something to you is tearing up inside of your house. So I just hope, you know, as Joe said earlier, if you're a praying person, you know, if you're someone who believes in deity, I think tonight would be the night that you probably want to have that conversation, that heart to heart, and pray for strength, pray for peace, you know, and pray for Mike Brown's family. Because at the end of the day, as mad as we are, as upset as we are, as frustrated as we are, as much as we like to read the names of people killed by police and all that kind of stuff, at the end of the day, these people lost their child, an 18-year-old child. Now, he ain't here no more. He ain't going to grow up. He's not going to eat turkey in a couple of days. He's not going to get a Christmas gift. And that's the biggest deal. I think that's the thing that hurts me the most, because I think about the family and I watch the face of this man who had to bury his son. And now we know that his son was put in the ground for no reason. That's my rant. That has nothing to do with what we're here talking about tonight. It's the end of the show, y'all. Appreciate it. Thanks for listening. Be back next week. In the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. Appreciate it. Those are the words of Bob Marley. You hear him singing in the background. Also want to say peace to all the stars and all of the squares. And you know how Steppin Marcus J. Be back next week, y'all. Peace.